Yo, what is up, guys? This is Troy D from the Troy D 24/7 Malt channel. On point reviews all day, every day. Happy Sunday, guys. All right. So, if you are one of my old subscribers, welcome back yet again. I'm glad to have you here, guys. And if you are new, this is the first time you've seen the channel, make sure you guys like and subscribe because we've got a ton of amazing videos in this channel. Okay. Now, today we are going to talk about a fragrance from the house of Xerjoff. Now, Xerjoff, they've been releasing a lot of stuff lately, and I do want to thank a good friend of mine, Verge, for sending me every single thing that he gets. He's the biggest Xerjoff fan that I know, and a lot of the fragrances, whether it's exclusives or new, he definitely sends them over for us to review. So make sure to thank Verge on the comments below. Say thanks, Verge, because really he's the guy that's making it happen. So we are going to talk about a 2020 release that recently came out. There's only one other review video out there, maybe a couple. And I will be breaking this down for y'all because, of course, springtime is coming soon and we still have a lot of subscribers that live in warm countries. Now, this fragrance is called Xerjoff's Amabile, right here. Xerjoff's Amabile. This one came out, I believe, last month. And I will say this, guys, just by looking at the aesthetics of the bottle itself, what are you seeing? Looks like a green apple, right? It's got an eye-catching, eye-popping bottle that resembles a green apple. And that's because in Xerjoff Amabile, guys, the main star of the show here, especially in the beginning, is green apple. So green apple right here, guys, we've seen this on other fragrances, and it works on other fragrances. We've seen it in Leighton, we've seen it in Aventus. We've seen it in other ones. I mean, I do like Widian Gold one, for example, and that one has green apple. I will say this, guys, the green apple here in Amabile is quite interesting. Why? Because it's very much like smelling the apple from like this close, rather than, I would say, the juiciness of the apple, the sourness, the tartness of the apple. I don't think it focuses so much on that. It's more of like the smell, like this really fresh smell from the apple. If you smell it from like right here, like that's how the apple smells, and it's quite different. I think it's going to be a little bit different from what you know the green apple smells like in your other perfumes. So that's really unique, and this is front and center, by the way. Okay, now alongside the apple, you've got bergamot and you've got Amalfi lemon. And some will say, if you've tried this, you might say that there's a weird part in the opening. There's just a weird, like, dizzying weird part in the opening, okay? That, in my opinion, it's a love or hate. There are some people that will like that part. And after really hacking this, I really feel like it's because the Amalfi lemon is amped up here, or maybe it's the Amalfi lemon and the bergamot, but basically the lemon parts, the citrus lemon parts here are amped up in the beginning. And I'm talking about maybe first 2 minutes of this fragrance. It's so amped up that for some of y'all, it might be a real weird, like fruity nuance in the beginning. Okay, so I'm just gonna say that. I think that if you like fragrances like Cruz del Sur and you liked how that mango came out on that fragrance, which I believe Cruz del Sur isn't for everybody, you're gonna like this part. You're not gonna be like, oh man, this is a dizzying, weird, fruity intro. But some people will think that, and that's because of those citruses dialed up to the max in the beginning. Because I think in the beginning they're going for freshness, so it is fresh. It's a fresh grabber. But at the same time, it's also fruity. So you must like fruity fragrances to like this, in my opinion. Now you've got orange blossom as well, which accompanies this whole thing, adds a lot of freshness as well. A lot of, sparkling. I mean, this is really sparkling. The citrus is sparkling, as well as the orange blossom just provides this backdrop of, like I said, when I smell orange blossom, I do think about vacationing, under the sun, some Italian coast, looking at the water. That's sort of like what I'm thinking, outdoorsy. So this is very much an outdoorsy fragrance, in my opinion. It's something that you can grab and go and enjoy. But yeah, so that's what happens. That's the intro. It's basically green apple, citruses, orange blossom. Now, eventually, guys, cardamom comes in, okay? And I know what you're thinking. You're looking at cardamom and you're thinking, oh, it's spicy, spicy cardamom. But I don't think so, guys. I think that in this case, guys, the cardamom is mostly sweet and aromatic more than anything, okay? It's more sweet and aromatic. It comes in, there's some spiciness, but I think that's because of the pink pepper, not necessarily the cardamom. And this type of cardamom reminds me of the one from By Killian's Intoxicated, where this green aromatic cardamom note really came with the coffee. It's sort of the same way here. It's more aromatic than spicy, in my opinion, okay? Really nice cardamom comes in from Guatemala. And then you've got jasmine as well. Now the jasmine here is just another background actor, much like the orange blossom. Okay, it basically keeps everything fresh, bright, outdoorsy. That's what the jasmine does. Okay, but how spicy are we talking about? Not really. It's just maybe a level 5 out of 10 spice because of the pink pepper, but not enough to override the greenness and the freshness of this fragrance. Now, the note here that creeps up early, in my opinion, is the cedar wood. Okay, so in this case, guys, it gets woody pretty much on the mid. Even though cedar is listed as a base note, it gets real woody and aromatic and green. Okay, so cedar props up and you can smell the woodiness, maybe sort of like a driftwood effect, if you're thinking about the beach. Okay, but definitely that cedar comes up. And then eventually, heading to the dry down, guys, it gets musky with patchouli. And of course, you've got that sweet vanilla. Okay, so on the dry down, real nice. I mean, classic Xerjoff. I've seen so many Xerjoff fragrances end up with vanilla. But yeah, it's vanilla, musk, and patchouli. Really nice, really unisex on the dry down. So ultimately, what kind of fragrance is this anyways? Okay, to me, guys, it really depends on what you focus on. Okay, some will focus on the fruity, fresh nature of Amabile, and some people will think about the woody, aromatic, and green nature of Amabile. Regardless of what you think, it's a combination of both. Now, there is a fragrance that came into mind the moment I smelled this, or the moment I wore this, and it's a fragrance I quite enjoy, which is a By Killian. And I don't know why I'm blurting out a lot of By Killian comparisons here. Maybe because my last video was Gold Night. Make sure to watch that. But the By Killian I was thinking about was Absinthe Vert. Okay, it was called A Taste of Heaven Absinthe Vert. And that one, guys, had wormwood and it had lavender and other aromatics. But basically it was wormwood and then green aromatic notes. And so in a way, this one felt sort of like that. I'm not saying it's the same. Like I told you guys, it depends on what you're focused on. For me, I mean, yeah, I like that fruity part, but I also liked the woody, sweet aromatic part of this fragrance right here, Amabile, okay? And it really did remind me of By Killian, A Taste of Heaven. So if you like A Taste of Heaven, well, think about that plus this added fruity freshness from the beginning with Amabile. You combine that, you've got a good idea of what this smells like. Now, is this unisex? 100%, guys. So 101%. This fragrance, Amabile, is absolutely unisex because this one has that fruity aspect that I think, the ladies will enjoy, but also the woody aromatic side, maybe even the musky side, is something that the guys will like. And then you've got the vanilla, you've got the freshness that I think both sexes will agree will work on them. Okay, so I think this one here is 101%, guys, unisex. This one right here for me, this one is a grabber. This one's a grabber for going outdoors, in my opinion. Traveling, enjoying the outdoors, which we can't do now, but of course, someday it'll happen. I think that this fragrance does that. It does the job. I wouldn't really put it necessarily on elegance, but yeah, it's a grabber, mostly for the mood as well, because it's really nice having that aura around you. I mean, the Siage 2 is pretty great for me. I mean, I think it's very decent projection and everything. It's very decent to me, just like any Xerjoff. I haven't really found a Xerjoff that didn't perform well. So performance-wise, this one's pretty good. And for me, this is a try. For me, you gotta try this first before you buy, okay? Because this one right here, like I said, there's a lot of love or hate that could possibly happen here with the opening specifically. And of course, I think no matter what sex you are, you're a man or a woman, I think you got to try this, have a feel for it if it fits your collection. So I would say this one is an absolute try first before you buy. Nevertheless, this fragrance here, Amabile, is an interesting inclusion to the Xerjoff V collection, and I think this one could be worn especially in spring and summer. Okay, so I think it would be great for both. Now, make sure you guys watch my other Xerjoff videos. I did make a video on a house overview. If you guys are just getting into it and you guys want some sort of guide to purchasing Xerjoff, I will link that at the end of the video, guys, as well as other Xerjoff videos that might interest you. Now, let me know in the comments below if there are any Xerjoff fragrances that you love that you would like me to review. I probably already have done them, but if you haven't, make sure you comment below and let me know what I can review. And again, thank you very much to Verge for sending me this green apple goodness. Thank you very much, sir, and much blessings to you and your family. And of course, do not forget, guys, to like and subscribe. Thank you guys for being members of this channel. Thank you very much for liking, subscribing, commenting, and watching the ads. It's really very helpful to me procuring a lot of these fragrances as well for you guys, okay? So until then, guys, I'll see you again. Happy Sunday. This is Troy D. God bless. Take care.